Hey everyone, PB here, and welcome to my first ever top review episode. To give you a little info about me, I love playing video games. My favorite genre of video games are JRPGs. My favorite series are Final Fantasy, The Tales of, and Star Ocean. Now I've played the Personas, Dragon Quest, Arc the Lad, Xenosagas, Gradia, and several other series-based games, as well as the one-offs like Natural Doctrine, Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, Resonance of Fate, and more. I've decided to make this video based solely on my top 3 favorite series, but in the future I may add in some of these other titles. Comment below with what titles you would like to see added. Without further ado, let's get into the top 5 hardest platinum trophies out of the Final Fantasy Tales of and Star Ocean series. Number 5. Final Fantasy IX was the last installment to the series on the PS1 and was recently re-released on the PS4 with the added features of speeding up the gameplay, cutting out the random encounters, always dealing 9999 damage, and always being at maxed health, MP, and trance gauge. There are also other cheats available, but they will disable your trophies, so I won't even bother mentioning them. The beginning of the game has you preparing to steal the Evil Queen's most prized possession, the Princess. You are an airship pirate whose vessel is disguised as being a theater ship performing the land's most popular play, I Want to Be Your Canary. You'll eventually kidnap the princess with a few hiccups along the way and acquire some unusual teammates in the process. As you progress through the game, you'll find out that the true evil in the land is out of this world. I would have had this game higher on my list if it wasn't for the in-game cheats as well as using remote play, auto hotkeys, and OBS to assist with some of the tougher trophies. With these tool assistants alone, you can easily cut out 50 hours of gameplay to help get you the Excalibur 2 in under 12 hours, completing the 1000 jump rope challenge, finding the correct newer brother in the shuffle minute game, grinding 10,000 battles, and reaching level 99. The real ultra rare trophies that are going to be challenged are answering all the Ragtime Mouse's questions correctly, getting one character afflicted with all 26 status elements, win 100 Tetra card games, and watching all 79 possible active time events in the game. If you use a guide, this will also be very easy to accomplish, but also very time consuming. It should take you somewhere around 80 hours to platinum trophy this game with the cheats and other assistance. If you don't use any of these cheats, be prepared to spend around 150 hours and still be stuck trying to do the 1000 jump ropes in a row. Number 4. Star Ocean Till the End of Time is based in the year Stardate 772, which is the last in the timeline. You begin your adventure on a pleasure cruise with your friends and family when it is suddenly attacked by a hostile alien race. You are forced to evacuate the ship and will eventually get separated from everyone and find yourself stranded on an underdeveloped planet. As your adventure continues, you are introduced to a huge plot twist to the series which even questions your existence. Till the End of Time only has 6 story-related trophies out of the 30 available. The rest are going to be from beating the game on higher difficulties, minigames, the Coliseum, post-game dungeons, item and location acquisitions, and battle trophies. Out of the ultra-rare trophies in the game, the ones that will give you the most trouble are going to be the bunny betting, follow the clues, and the elite trophy collector. The bunny betting trophy is going to be one of the most tedious trophies you've ever acquired. Each time you bet, you can earn anywhere from 1 to 9 points if you win the race. Each race takes a couple of minutes to complete, and there is no skipping or increasing the speed of the races, and if you guess incorrectly, you get 0 points. The goal is to acquire 1,000 points in order to earn this trophy. For this trophy alone will take you a minimum of 30 hours to do if you are betting manually, or up to 80 hours if you decide to use a turbo controller. Either way, many people have given up trying to obtain platinum trophy for this game just because of this one trophy alone. Follow the Clues is a quest to find 7 hidden items with the clues you are given. The quest is challenging even if you use a guide to help you find the 7 items. The reason being is because the last item you have to find is in a secret dungeon that is easily missed before the end of the first disc, and the enemies in this area are also as difficult as the endgame enemies. You'll have to defeat 5 bosses and play a game of chess in order to finally reach this item. The elite trophy collector is going to take the most time to complete. You have to acquire 240 battle trophies to unlock this. A little over half the battle trophies are related to defeating bosses in specific ways, while the rest are monotonous tasks that you will need to prep and grind for or get lucky to unlock. You have to play through the game 3 times, which you can technically speedrun in under 4 hours, but you are still left with post-game battle trophies which will require more time being spent crafting equipment. With these 3 trophies alone, you are looking at well over 150 hours and a minimum of 3 playthroughs in order to platinum this game. Number 3. Tales of Vesperia is the 10th installment of the series and was originally released on the Xbox 360. The game was recently re-released as the Definitive Edition, which features new updates to the game such as new characters, mystic arts, and quests. The game begins with you chasing a jewel thief and then being captured by the royal guards. You manage to escape your cell and leave the city with new allies to assist you in your quest to hunt down the thief. As the adventure continues, you find out that sometimes doing evil things is the only way to make things right. One of my favorite things to do is to cheese this game in order to gain tens of thousands of grade points as well as millions EXP and gold in a single fight while I sleep. You can repeat this fight as many times as you like, so by exploiting this trick, you can easily reach level 200 as well as have enough grade points to buy all the new game plus options in the shop. If you slap on your bunny ears before the fight, you can easily get that trophy too. You can easily unlock all the skits from the grade shop for your second playthrough and then view any missed skits at the Cat's Village to easily earn the skits trophy as well as some titles. If you prep yourself correctly before starting the second playthrough, you'll be able to synthesize the best equipment in the game within 5 minutes of starting the new playthrough. This makes using the half experience grade shop requirement in order to get the trophy for beating Barbos with a team level under 15 super easy. You can also technically get the trophy for beating the game in under 15 hours during this run too. The real trophies that will be hard to obtain in this game are going to be beating the Necropolis of Nostalgia boss, which is a new bonus dungeon added to the game and is quite challenging even at max level. The other is going to be acquiring all 216 titles for your characters. This is where you'll be focusing most of your attention and frustration on. The hardest titles to obtain are going to be completing all 25 secret missions, completing all of the snowboarding minigame levels, max out all of your cooking skills for your characters, visit every location in the game with a specific character, complete the monster book which has 481 entries, and completing the item book which has 1,238 entries. I would definitely recommend using a strategy guide for this game as some of the secret missions are rather difficult to figure out and finding all the enemies and items can be daunting. Be prepared to spend at least 150 hours and a minimum of 2 playthroughs to platinum this game. Number 2. Tales of Symphonia is the 5th installment of the Tales series, which was originally released on the GameCube and then later ported to the PS3 as the Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. The game starts with you being punished in class for not paying attention in school. One of your best friends has chosen to become an angel and must go to each altar of different elements to acquire new celestial powers. As the story continues, you find out that there are other worlds intertwined with yours and there is no way of saving them all. One of the reasons the Platinum Trophy is so hard to get in this game is because you'll need to play through the game at least 4 times in order to unlock all the trophies. The ultra rare trophies that will give you the most trouble are going to be the 100 hit combo, farming 1 million casino coins, beating the secret bosses at the Coliseum, beating the final 3 bosses in the secret dungeon which takes about 2 hours of dungeon crawling to achieve, completing the monster book which there are 257 entries and takes a minimum of 2 playthroughs to complete due to a certain story event where you have to choose a certain player that alters a boss fight later in the game, collecting all 526 items in the game which takes 3 playthroughs to complete due to a certain story event in which you have to choose a teammate to hang out with. 3 of your teammates have a special item you need to get and you can only choose 1 per playthrough. And then finally unlocking all 157 character titles. Some of these titles are going to be ridiculous to obtain, such as talking to all the girls in the game, talking to all the dogs in the game, collecting all 271 treasures in the game, playing mini games, choosing specific teammates to hang out with at a certain event, and watching specific skits that are easily missed. I would definitely recommend using a guide to get these trophies since there are several missable items and events that you would otherwise be none the wiser on how to get. When all is said and done, you are looking at 4 separate playthroughs and over 150 hours in order to platinum this game. Before we move on to number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Star Ocean: The Last Hope is the 4th installment of the Star Ocean series and is the first in the Star Ocean timeline based in the year Stardate 10. You start off as a crew member on one of several different exploratory vessels to seek out new worlds. As the ships are venturing through space, they get separated by an unknown power surge and you are forced to land on a primitive planet with dangerous bug-type creatures. As you progress through the game, you find out that the source of the evil is closer than you think. The game itself is at best decent, but getting the Platinum Trophy is straight up masochistic. Whoever came up with these trophies is a sociopath. The requirements for unlocking the ultra rare trophies are get 100 victories in the hardest bunny race class, reach rank 1 in the Coliseum, unlock all 9 different endings in the game, defeat all post-game bosses, beat the game on the hardest difficulty, and collecting everything in the game. To get all the separate collection trophies, you will need to collect all 22 ship datas, collect all 147 weapon datas, which are from allies, NPCs, and enemies, collect all 154 monster data, which includes post-game dungeon enemies and bosses, complete all 201 quests in one playthrough, collect all treasure chests in the game in one playthrough, which there are over 300 and several are missable, create all 321 item recipes from Welch in one playthrough, some of which are missable, and the game doesn't even tell you which ones you have already created. And on top of all that, you have to complete all 100 battle trophies for each character, totaling to 900 battle trophies to obtain. My recommendation for getting this platinum trophy is to get a guide, create a spreadsheet for Welch's items, and abuse the auto hotkeys and remote play combo to grind out battles. By the time you are finished, you will have played through the game 3 times as well as spent over 1,000 hours to platinum this game. To put this into perspective, if you put in 40 hours a week into this game, it'll take you 25 weeks, which is practically 6 months to finally achieve platinum on this game, which I have sadly done. Well, that is it, folks. These are the top 5 hardest platinum trophies to get out of the Final Fantasy, Tales of, and Star Ocean series. What games did you find hardest to platinum out of these series? If you're interested in using some of the scripts I've written for auto hotkeys to help auto farm some of these battles for you, let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to smash that like button and to subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out some of my other videos that I have on my channel. Till then, see you next time, my friends.